Have you ever been on Facebook and seen a post that just made you question the whole post? Who looks at it? If your friends believe it? Just generally the facts that go around that are never checked. I saw one of those earlier by Tapoos.com, 14 food myths that you'll never believe. So I decided to look into it. The first myth was that wooden chopping boards accumulate bacteria. I'll give them this one, they were telling the truth. Wooden chopping boards have been found to be more sanitary than plastic ones. There's links in the description to prove this. The next myth is that salt water boils faster than fresh water. Having done science in school, I was inclined to agree with this, knowing that salt water should boil at zero point 0.5 of a degree Celsius higher than fresh water, which has a boiling point of 100 degrees Celsius. However, if you go on YouTube and check out a lady called Nicole Lobo, she does an experiment in her own kitchen that actually shows salt water boiling quicker than fresh water. The next myth is that eggs increase your cholesterol. Having looked into this, I found studies at the Mayo Clinic which says that each egg contains 186 milligrams of cholesterol. A healthy person should have no more than 300 milligrams of cholesterol, and someone with heart disease or diabetes should have no more than 200 milligrams. The claim that each egg only has 0.05 of an ounce of fat is also false, as Harvard states it has 5 grams of fat, which is roughly the equivalent of 0.17 ounces. With regards to aluminum, the only data I could find was that aluminum builds up in the kidneys. I couldn't find anything linking it to Alzheimer's disease. A 25-year study by the Harvard School of Public Health has found people who eat fried food more regularly have a higher chance of having type 2 diabetes and heart disease. Over 25 years, they followed 100,000 men and women. People who had fried food 4 to 6 times a week had a 39% higher chance of having diabetes. I think the small meals myth has been included here just to lend some truth to the rest of the article. There's no agreement as to whether having a lot of small meals or a few large ones is better in your diet. Both can be effective. The next myth is that vitamin C protects you from colds and flus. While there's no evidence that it protects you from colds and flus, once you do have a cold or a flu, it has been proven to shorten the length of time you have symptoms. Also, among soldiers, marathon runners, and skiers, people who take high doses of vitamin C are 50% less likely to report a cold or flu. I couldn't verify the 25% less heart disease amongst coffee drinkers figure. However, I did find an article on the Mayo Clinic's website that says coffee could be of a benefit to people suffering from Parkinson's, type 2 diabetes, and liver disease. However, unfiltered coffee can lead to mild elevations in cholesterol. Certain people with specific genetic mutations are at risk if they drink 2 cups of coffee or more, which is why I believe the American Heart Association also says there's no risk to people having 1 to 2 cups of coffee a day. Carrots, I gotta give them this one. If you go to the carrotmuseum.com, which is a real place, you'll find a report by the European Journal of Food Nutrition. It'll show you that you can get more beta carotene out of a carrot that's cooked, and even cooked in oil, than you will from a raw carrot, or a raw carrot that's just been pulped. I think they were on the right track with this one. If you go to the nationalfoodcouncil.org, you'll find a comparison of a skinless chicken breast and a skin-on chicken breast. There's virtually no difference in the cholesterol in each piece of meat. However, there is a difference in calories and fat. But I think if they just said cholesterol, they would have been right on this one. Amazingly, the only study I could find on sparkling or carbonated drinks here was one by Dr. John Briffa for the Journal of Nutrition. It was a 2-month study with everyone drinking 1 litre of sparkling water. It showed that they had lower LDL cholesterol and higher HDL. I found it strange that I couldn't actually find anything on fizzy drinks. Yeah, I had to agree with this next one too. The British NHS says spices don't cause ulcers. Couldn't find any links to it. It does aggravate symptoms, but that's it. There's a website called Natural Health 365 that encourages people to eat hot peppers as they contain a substance called capsaicin, which helps with symptoms. Okay, so the last myth is that alcohol doesn't kill brain cells. Uh, the US National Library of Medicine and National Institute of Health has a study that shows neurodegeneration of the hippocampus. It's got learning, memory, and mood functions. Most of these surveys are for young drinkers who drink heavily. And then there's also the US Department of Health and Human Services, which show a lack of growth in brain cells in alcoholics. Yeah, this one should have gone in the middle, but I was inclined to believe it. I just want to say a huge thanks if you've stayed to the end of the video. I've got a newfound respect for people who edit their own videos, who do stuff on YouTube. I just want to say thanks very much. If you want anything like this again, just leave me a comment. And again, cheers and thank you for your time. Goodbye.